Hello, Madonna fans and friends, and welcome to another episode of Diva News. And we've got some beautiful new shots Madonna took in her bathroom, and everyone is marveling not just at the outfits, but the bathroom itself. We wish we could all have a bathroom like that, but we're going to get into that. We're also going to get into some other news, as well as a collectible corner that's going to take us back to 1993 and of course, your comments and a secret photo of the week all the way at the end of the video. Stay tuned to see what that secret photo is, and let's get into it. So, of course, the headline is the recent photos that Madonna posted for us from her bathroom, and she is looking amazing. I love her new shorter hair length, as well as the different outfits that she was showing for us in her bathroom that we're all envious of. And so, what are you thinking of the cryptic message that went along with it? She was saying, read the fine print. And a lot of the outfits and shirts had messages on them. Now, do we think those messages have anything to do with the new album? References to Confessions Part 2? Perhaps some of the themes being explored. And I know I checked out some comments, and one of the shirts was a quote from a Cher quote. Could this mean a duet? Could this mean maybe she's doing a Cher cover? If any of you have any background on that Cher quote in the shirt, I remember there was some references to war, so maybe some political themes are going to come up in the album. Maybe it's not related at all, but Madonna likes to tease us and make us wonder. So, what do you think the cryptic message of reading the fine print is relating to, or anything in the shirts that caught your eye that makes you curious about what it could mean for the songs? Let us know in the comments, because it is interesting. We're still in Pride. There could still be, some sort of duet she's going to drop, like she did with The Weeknd and with Sam Smith. So that could be interesting, or a performance or anything related to that. So let us know in the comments what you think, and of the photos and the bathroom that she's got there. That is some beautiful shots, and I'm loving some of those outfits. So um, yeah, definitely curious as to what it all means. And in other news, we have a couple pieces here. We're going to start off with Alanis Morissette, of course, one of the most biggest success stories from the Maverick years, when she was signed and Jagged Little Pill came out. And she shared some memories of a special gift that Madonna gave her back then when she was starting out and recording the album, and they got her signed. And she was going to go to some meetings, I'm assuming with Madonna. Um, and she didn't really buy expensive clothing or fancy clothing. She just kind of wore her sweatpants and just kind of, you know, um, she was trying to save money, trying to be frugal, and I can understand that. I know how that feels. And Madonna took one look at her and said, "We're going to get you something nice," and got her a Prada blouse, and that was her first gift to her to wear. And she was just so touched by that she shared that story recently in an interview. And that's so incredible. I'm not surprised. Madonna is always very generous. We remember how she was with In Truth or Dare with her dancers, um, and she has luxury. She wants to share it with those around her, to give them a chance to have something they may never have had before. And I think that is so very sweet, and we love this story. But also in other sort of around the Ray of Light era time, um, Veronica Electronica is soon upon us. We're going to get that next month. And a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement, and everyone's really ready for this. But one person that isn't ready for this is William Orbit himself, the producer of Ray of Light with Madonna. And he basically said that he doesn't feel that it's up to par with what Veronica Electronica could have been. And some fans may agree. Now, I feel that, there could have been other songs that were never released that could have been on here, either ones we've since heard or maybe never been released at all. That would have been really cool. However, the remixes sound like they'll be incredible, but William felt that, it could have been more done, maybe even a collaboration, maybe some stuff that he was tinkering with at the time that he wanted to release, and so he expressed his disappointment with it. But what do you think of Veronica Electronica? I know we don't have it yet, but do you think that the song selection and what was included is really up to what Veronica Electronica, when we heard about it back in the day, should have been? Do you think it should have been something else, a concept project, maybe expanding upon the songs? And because I remember when the interviews came out about Veronica Electronica, it was going to be kind of an expansion of the theme of the songs, more or less. So I do feel like there was a different concept for it at the time, and this is different. But in terms of collectability, obviously it's a silver vinyl, and it does include Gone, Gone, Gone. It's still very exclusive and cool. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think and what you might have wanted to see included in this release. Now for our episode of Collectible Corner, which we shared earlier in a short. We're going back to the girly show with this cassette set. Of course, I don't really remember where I got this from. I think that a pen pal sent it to me, and I do believe I also have a Blonde Ambition version of this. This show is from France for the girly show. And as I was talking about in the short, I used a little bit of this in our initial intro for the channel before Guilherme made us an exclusive, his guitar version of Everybody for us in the intro. And it was the Everybody is a Star at the end of that cassette concert. I still had a working cassette player, and I was able to put that on there. If you go back to some of our older videos, Diva News, you'll hear it. But obviously they're letting us know this is not licensed or official. And you could see the set list there, as well as on the second cassette, Bye Bye Baby shows up again. So I'm not sure, now that my cassette player is broken, I can't find out if that's the one from MTV or exactly what that means. But it's really cool. It's not official, but it's a cool little collectible. Obviously this was the days before YouTube, when if we wanted to hear other shows, we had to hope to get them in the mail from someone who either had the bootlegs in some format, VHS or cassette, so we can hear these shows that were not the official show. And so, do you have anything like this in your collection? A cassette set, or were you getting some of the shows on VHS from your favorite dealers in the mail? And tell us what shows did you get, and which ones were you the most excited about getting? Of course, I remember Blonde Ambition. There were so many that I was being sent either on cassette or VHS. Los Angeles comes to mind as a really amazing show on cassette that I received from a pen pal, because it was so loud. The audience, you could really hear the audience in that one. I think I was one of those people who didn't want to hear the studio quality. I wanted to hear the people going wild. So the more I could hear them, the happier I got. But yes, so this is a cute, different collectible. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, or if you have similar things in your collection. And now it's time for the fan feedback. And I have to say, once again, your comments are so amazing. You bring so much to this channel with your ideas, your suggestions, your thoughts, your references, your memories. Keep them coming. We love them. And of course, you may be featured in a future episode, as we have this comment from MH9706 in reference to Skin, which is the remix from Veronica Electronica is out. And they said they would love to see a video for this song, for the remix. And of course, ever since I first heard Skin, I have to agree with you. This was one I always wondered what a video might look like. It's such a great song off the album. Really stands on its own as just such incredible song. It has that bedtime story video vibes. Like you could just imagine something pretty wild that she could have come up with. Of course, it wasn't released as a single. Um, but now with the remix, you never know. And they even said, even if it was an AI video, which I know there's a lot of that out there now, and it's very interesting, when I see some of the stuff on social media, and I'm just kind of shocked at how the images come to life that we are so familiar with. Um, because, as they mentioned, she doesn't have the time. But you never know. We know with Frozen, she went in and got involved. If it gets a good following, then you never know that it might be enough for her to say, hey, I might do something. So thank you, MH9706, for this ideas and comments. And also, we got an addition from Percy James. I'm forgetting the rest of the handle, so please forgive me. Percy C. James um, offered us a little bit more information. We shared about this Brazilian event that's going on right now. They're having a bunch of movie film showings. Just check our last video for all the details. It should be in there. If you're in the Brazil area and you want to check it out, it's the 17th through the end of the month. And they added that in London, there's a Prince Charles cinema that's in, now I'm going to butcher this, I'm sorry, is it Leicester Square or Leicester Square? Leicester Square. Um, and this is a cult cinema that has been offering a lot of Madonna movies lately, like In Bed with Madonna, Desperately Seeking Susan. So if you're in that area, you might want to go check that out and get your Madonna fan friends together and see a movie there. I know I did that once, and I'll maybe show some photos from that. I have quite a few photos in Seattle. There was a theater that showed Truth or Dare as a sing-along, and me and a few friends of mine, we went to that and did the sing-along, and they had like a look-alike competition before the show, before the movie started. It was so much fun. So definitely those independent cinemas can be really beneficial for Madonna fans to get together or to coordinate something, see if they can play a certain movie for you. Um, so thank you again for all your comments. Those were great comments. And if you know about anything going on, you could share with us in your area. It'll help other fans out. You might be able to make a connection, get to know other people in your area. But on to our something to remember. Was it the 20th or the 19th? I think it's the 20th. So today, the anniversary, 2006, of the release of I'm Going to Tell You a Secret, which include Madonna's first live album included with the DVD. And I can't believe it, but yeah, that was the first one. She hadn't done that before. Of course, we're listening to Anaheim right now, Reinvention Tour, but unless you go for the bootlegs, it's nice that she's starting to give us some highlights and selections from the show. Um, that's included in the DVD, and then from that point on, we usually got something. Confessions had it. I've been listening to that actually recently. When I go to dialysis, I've been listening to the Confessions live, as well as Sticky and Sweet had it. MDNA, I believe, of the European edition does, which I do not have. Um, and now I can't remember if Rebel Heart does. I haven't watched that DVD in a while, so I'm going to have to check. But it's nice to have it. Thank you, Madonna, for doing that for us, because sometimes we just want to take it with us and just have a moment, with the show. Um, and what do you think of the live add-ons that she's been giving us? Do you think that it should have been the whole show, or what would you have? What, like a different show than what the actually official is? Just to give variety. Let us know what you think in the comments. And thank you again for the fan comments we received. Keep them coming. And, whatever you hear, any extra news that we don't cover, let us know in the comments. Thank you all again for watching this episode of Diva News. It's always a pleasure to have a little time with you guys on your break or whenever you have free time. Come here for about 15 minutes. We can go over the latest news. And of course, I forgot to mention who I am in case you're new to the channel. This is Miriam here. I have been a Madonna fan since 1984 with Lucky Star. My first concert was Who's That Girl Tour, July 15th, kind of a very special day for me that I celebrate every year. And since 1991, I've been running this club in some form or another. Started with a fanzine and then worked into the web. And now, of course, we have this channel. And we're on Facebook at Madonna Everybody Fan Club. You can join us there. We will be, next month, we will be having a contest. We haven't had a contest in a while since I lost my vision last year. And then I had my surgery, so now I'm back in business, baby. And we'll have a contest, a fan of the month. We'll do a lot of the features we have had in the past, as well as we're on Instagram. We're still kind of growing over there. And of course, you can join us here, subscribe. We are doing shorts pretty much every day of the week. We got trivia, collectibles, different articles, and print material from my collection. And we'd love to hear what you would like to see more of, what you would like us to feature. We also do anniversaries, and we can get into topics if you like. Um, Down the road, when I, expand a bit on my technology, it would be great to do some podcasts, learn how to Zoom. You have to remember, I was pretty much blind for a while, so the fact that I haven't Zoomed is probably pretty weird, but I'm excited to learn and to grow with you guys, and of course share our love for Madonna. It's Pride. We must celebrate and enjoy and remember how important it is to be there for our community. And so I thank you again. It means so much to me and to all of us that work on this every day, that you're here and that you're celebrating and supporting with us. And of course, our secret photo of the week comes from 1986 era. Madonna the Bag Lady is what I coined this when I put it up on my Facebook album. And of course, she was having those big bags everywhere walking around. It was really cute. Loving the hair, of course, that early 86 look that she had. That shocked us when we first saw it, but then we definitely, it's iconic. It was the first big reinvention. So, once again, thank you so much. And let us know what's new with you, as a fan, what's going on in your area also. So let us know what's up. And hope you have a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Thank you for joining us here at Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel. And I hope you enjoyed our latest video. I hope that you will join us here by liking and subscribing. And also, we have social media with Facebook. We have Madonna Everybody Fan Club, over 5,000 Madonna fans to join. And we have an Instagram at Madonna EFC. So make sure you check those out, as well as a page on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club, to follow. So definitely check out those social media platforms and join us there. We have contests, we have Fan of the Month, and we have features and lots of great fans to meet. But more importantly, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you comment on this video and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or any future video topics you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining our Madonna family. Music does make the people come together. Thanks, everyone.